All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Red Zeppelin Records Under the Influence. I'm Katie.
I'm Bailey.
And we're back. We're back, bitches. We went away for a while. We had a lot going on, right?
A lot.
Where do we even start? So we're expanding the store. The record label has been doing amazing. So we've just been really inundated with that. Not that we don't love doing this. That's why we're back. But we had to really kind of focus on those things for
There was a lot going on all at the same time.
Oh my God.
Like all at once.
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot. But we're happy to be back behind the mics, talking to you guys. So today we have a special guest that is very meaningful to us. It is Miss Ashley Leer. She is the lead singer of many things, but Abbreviations is near and dear to our hearts because that is the first record that we put out underneath our label. So welcome, Ashley.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Are you going to say anything?
Cool, good start.
It's going great. Thanks for asking. It's going well. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So for one, can you possibly list off all of the musical things that you have been in?
Okay. When I was in high school, I started a fake band. I just made stickers and drew it on the back of my spirals, and it was called Tile, but with a Y instead of I, because I was super creative. And
you were doing that before. That was cool.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
It was
you made that cool.
And I actually heard some of those songs recently, and they are the worst things ever put on tape. And then I was in a band called Stick Shift, and then that was all girls. That was like the first band in college. And then I was in a band, and we played a few shows, not too much, but then I was in a band called Record Hop, and we played a lot. And I did that for a long time. And then Neeks was like this hip hop band with Craig Welch. Grant was in that, Grant from Def Rain, and Craig Welch from Brutal Juice was in that. And then we had some dancers. That was pretty fun. And then Def Rain, and then Abbreviations.
So
that's it.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
That's all?
Yeah.
So that's not enough.
That's it.
Are you going to keep going? Are you going to keep making new
Always.
bands? You think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think, you get into different things and you start different stuff. A lot of it's with the same people. Or, just like keep the same name and then just start doing something totally different.
How did Abbreviations start?
I had a lot of songs that I was writing, and they just didn't fit with the Def Rain thing. A lot of them were very guitar-oriented, kind of rock songs. So I was like, well, we need to start something else, Yeah.
Right.
It didn't work with that. So I just kept collecting them, and then I was like, oh, well, we should do something.
So if you were going to describe to the listeners Abbreviations, because we get asked this all the time, right, to put it into genres, and it drives us bananas.
It's hard.
Yeah. How would you personally classify it?
I would say it's like a rock band, like an alternative. I don't know what alternative really means, but to me, in my mind, it just kind of means it's a bunch of stuff mixed together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. So it's got a little pop and a little rock and a little,
Yeah.
I
like
that doesn't work for radio.
No, it's just gonna be
when
this
you just
awkward
move
silence.
around. Yeah. I just shook my head a little.
Yeah.
That's all that meant. Yeah. Or I'd say it's a rock band.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the many genres that we put it underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think more than that than like a pop band, because when you think of pop, you don't really think of that. So
no, it definitely has a variety of elements. It has a little bit of shoegaze to it too,
sure,
which I love. So
which could kind of go into the rock umbrella, right?
Yes. I guess we should throw this out. Here we go.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Vanna White over here.
So big. I love
it. You said this was your first album to have on vinyl, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
How does it feel?
It feels awesome. I love it. That's why I'm like, it's so big. That's the biggest CD I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I love it. I love looking at it. Yeah. I love listening to it. I'm a fan.
We get a lot of comments on the artwork on it. Who was that? Matt that did that, or who came up with the concept?
we kind of got into the idea of what's that called? It's like a certain of course I don't know the word. It was like a certain thing that they did to like warships, where they would paint them all black and white and all these weird stripes and stuff, and it was like a camouflage. So it like you couldn't tell which part of the ship was the front and which one was the back, so you didn't know which way it was going.
Right.
Oh, what's it called? It's like some kind of camouflage. I forget the name of it. But anyway, so we got into that idea of like all the like black and white kind of shapes like cutting into each other. And then Matt put all that together. I don't remember how the red got on there, but I just like the color contrast on there. Looks kind of cool. Makes it shoot out a little bit.
I mean,
Matt did all that.
And it definitely gets a lot of comments. Funny little story. The other day in the record store, didn't you have somebody ask if this was ABBA?
Oh yeah, of course ABBA comes out the same year. Again,
Yeah.
we haven't heard of ABBA in ever, and now they come out.
Like, where'd they come from?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing an ABBV shirt that just make it look like ABBA, but
I
we'll
think
probably
it'd be
get
great.
sued at this point.
I'll put wigs on. And
I don't know what to do.
recreate.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
we'll just turn into an ABBA cover band, I think.
why not? Maybe you should just throw a cover of an ABBA song. If so, can it be Take a Chance on Me?
It sounds like you already had a list plan. And if that was the case, would you please do these in this order?
If so,
That's a jam. Yeah, we could work on that.
yeah, be good. Cool. Well, so obviously Under the Influence is about your influences. So hopefully you've done a little homework and come here with some things to talk about. So if you're to go back in time and think about your earliest influences, who would you say comes to mind?
It was all the pop stuff I grew up on, like Madonna and Michael Jackson and Boyz II Men and Belle Biv DeVoe, and they were I just loved it. I loved it so much. I just loved like Madonna, like the melodies were just top notch.
Yeah.
So good.
I can't believe you said Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh my gosh. Loved it.
I loved that.
Oh my
so
gosh.
much.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
I loved all of that stuff. I mean, I was into it, and that's early.
Mm-hmm.
That's like pre-high school for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my parents listened to, and then my parents listened to a lot of cool stuff. So like, then I got into their kind of stuff, like the Police, and my dad listened to a lot of like Yes, Talking Heads, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my taste kind of shifted from like that kid pop to like something a little different, and then from there, I started listening to the radio, and then I got into Metallica and like Nirvana, because that's what was on the radio. And then you tape it and make little mixtapes. And then I used to like, I would just take out the first two sections, like the intro to like Nirvana songs, and then just like dub them over and over and over again. So that would become like just a blank, just the chords by itself. And then I would like write my own parts over it,
Oh,
so I was like, I'm just going to make my song over his song. Like, that's smart. But yeah, it was fun, That's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I want to do forever and ever till I die.
That's awesome.
I don't know. And then it got real weird, because you start meeting weirder people, and they get you into more music.
Yeah.
And, you start getting into Sonic Youth, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm late in this game. And so you start going backwards into things. And then
I relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Going backwards is key,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you lived in Denton for a long time. Where were you from originally?
I'm from Dallas originally.
You're from Dallas originally. When did you move to Denton?
In 1997.
Okay, so we were there around the same time, and Denton does something to you, like musically.
Sure.
Like that turned me weird. Or that's where I started taking left turns and really delving into
Actually,
things.
same. When I went to school
Yeah.
at UNT, that's when I like was really exploring.
And I mean this in like the most heartfelt, nice way. Like I love Denton. Like my heart will always be in Denton because that's kind of where I came into my own.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the Denton like music scene and what that did for you musically?
Yeah, I think Denton was what I felt like I was inside when I was in high school. Like, No, I had no one around me in high school I felt that was like me.
Same.
And so when I got to Denton, I was like, oh, they were all just here instead of in Dallas. I get it. And the people I met, we were all into the same things, different things, but like same kind of stuff. You know, we were all like, and maybe it's just that like stepping away from your comfort zone, stepping away from your family, you're wanting to, you know, create yourself and become yourself, you know. So I don't know if, had I gone to a different city, if it would have been the same thing, you know, because I have no reference point there. But, but yeah, Denton's great. I mean, everybody I knew was in bands and everybody was playing everybody wanted to go hear music like all the time. And I was like, oh my God, this is what real life is. Oh, it's the best. Yeah. It was the best. I never wanted to leave Denton for a long, long time. Yeah. But sometimes you have to.
But it's still nice to go. It's still nice to go back.
It is, yeah.
To go back.
It is. There are still people, you know, playing music everywhere. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome. What do you have?
What do I have?
Yeah, come on. What you got?
She just pulls out a $20 bill.
What do I have?
Well, okay. Here's another.
Crazy now, though.
Here's another thing. So, do you find that you have been, well, you definitely strike me kind of like as you get along with guys really well, and do you end up being mostly in music related things with guys? Do you find that, or I don't know, what has that been like for you, just being a female in the rock world?
Yeah, I have a lot of guy friends.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree. Like, we're all the same.
Yeah.
I have more guy friends than girlfriends.
And most of my girlfriends would say the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we all kind of, I think we all stick together.
Like, we're all our few, like, couple of girlfriends, and then the rest are guys.
Yeah.
I think that just goes with being really into music.
Yeah, I would say music ties it all together for sure. Definitely. Also, I don't know, I grew up as a kind of tomboy. Like, I've never been a girly girl. Yeah. So, like, I just don't get it. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know if that has something to do with it, but, and then there's music tied in as well. So yeah, all that mixed together for sure.
Well, I love seeing any female at the front of a rock band. I think it's badass. So
it's good to see.
It is. And want to keep seeing more and more of that.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely a thing now. It's not, it's not shocking when you see it anymore. No. Which is really good.
Who would you consider like shocking, like back in the day? Who do you think?
Like a girl?
Yeah.
Shocking, like I'm surprised she's in a band?
Yeah, or like, oh my gosh, she's badass, or look at her go.
Sade. Oh my gosh. Joni Mitchell. I mean, if you want to start with that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about someone who just was in it with just a bunch of men,
right?
Like in the middle of it.
Yeah. Especially the scene that she was in too.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. It's just.
And she killed it. She killed it more than most of the
guys.
Men. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's so good. Like I love that kind of stuff where it's like, she didn't even consider herself really like, oh, I'm a female in this male world. She's just like, I'm a musician. They're musicians. We're all musicians. Yeah. And that's kind of the way I've always wanted to be a part of it. You know, I to me, I wanted to be a musician first and a female in this world second. Right. You know, I mean, I'm proud. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know, like
no, we get it. We get that.
We say that all the time because you know we pride ourselves being like female owned and ran.
Totally.
But at the same time.
It's not our identity.
No, and we honestly, don't hate men. Like we appreciate like what men have done in the music industry. Sure. You know, it's just but at the same time it's like it's like you don't go into music being like, I'm a female in the music industry. It's like I'm a musician, right? But I'm also a female.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. My sister is an accountant. She's not a female accountant.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
No one would be like, she's a female accountant.
People like to put a chip on your shoulder. You know, they look for those kinds of things.
Well, people like to label things. It's a good way to sell stuff too, you know, in a marketing way, you know. And I get it. That's cool. I'll jump on the train. I don't care. You know, I'm on the train. I don't, you know, whatever. So
I mean, we are what we are.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
However you want to label it. Yeah,
absolutely.
is fine. But yeah. But yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know how y'all were brought up, but I was brought up in a way, like my dad had 2 girls, or my parents, but my dad, I remember, always kind of pushed for us to be self-sustaining, you know, or is that the word? I don't know. Like he didn't want us to be able, he wanted us to be able to change our tires, you know, like take care of ourselves.
Self-reliant.
Self-reliant.
Yes. So you're able to take care of yourself.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I knew the word would come from someone else to me.
Yeah.
In a radio show.
That's so important.
And I think that had so much to do with it. It was just like give you the confidence to just be a person that can take care of themselves no matter what, or, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe it didn't have something to do with it. Oh, it's like that little Devo hat up there. That's cool. I never noticed that.
Really?
Sorry.
Little people up there.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So gender off the table, just who are some of your favorite like current artists that you're listening to?
That's an excellent question. And I'm so glad you asked me. And I'm not stalling.
You're not prepared.
I am. I just kind of just look at my phone. Is that bad?
No. Pull out your Spotify list.
I mean, every day I add somebody new to my. I have this playlist, this ongoing playlist. Well, I have a bunch of different playlists right now. I like to categorize them. This is going to get real dorky. Y'all just stop. Like throw a. But like I have some, you know, for when I run. Of course, everybody's got like a running playlist, and then I have some that like kind of motivate me. You know, they're just kind of like, "Get it, girl." You know, like they don't say that.
Called that?
No, I don't know what it's called. It's called New. Yeah, that's what it's called. They're not good names. And then my other one I have, it's like songs. They're kind of like I've been getting into a lot of like lo-fi, like bedroom pop kind of stuff, and I don't know, like. And I started that when I started working from home a couple years ago, whenever this whole thing started, you know, the mask wearing. I just started, I don't know, got real into like songs that made me feel like I was in love again. You know what I mean? Like songs that just like give you goosebumps. Like, you know, when you first fall for someone and you like have that feeling where you're just like, like takes your breath away, you know? And it's just that feeling of love or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of songs that like trigger that. And they're not necessarily about love, you know. They might even be about the opposite of love, you know. But just the feel of them. So I've been getting into like a lot of, I have a mix for that. And that's called AAA. And that's just because I wanted it at the top of the list alphabetically. So these aren't really good names. So I don't know. You know, a while back I got into some, you know, it's funny because now everything sounds like, I feel like now a lot of things that I'm getting into sound like Tame Impala. So some Tame Impala had some sort of like pull in the world. You know how there's just those bands where it's like, okay, Nirvana made everybody sound like this, and then this made everybody sound, and like Tame Impala is definitely one of them because, I mean, it's like everybody took that drum sound and that bass sound and just were like, oh, I can do that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I started listening to a band called, what are they called? Crumb. I really like. They just came to town. I didn't go see them. It was super stupid. Do y'all know that band? It's like a girl. And I love it. Like this, I don't know. It's super simple, just little tunes, but I love them. Kind of cute. So kind of stuff like that in that realm. Proto Martyr I've been listening to a lot of. I like that band a lot. I'm gonna get my phone out because I can't remember. Okay. I found my new favorite band.
There you go.
I found it. I couldn't remember, but this is my new favorite band. They're called Spirit of the Beehive, and it's the jam.
Explain. Elaborate.
It's so weird. It's just like normal music, but with weird stuff around it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the way I like Brainiac, where it's almost like, it's like a pop song, but then somebody was like, that's too normal. And then they make it weird, you know?
Awesome.
So it's kind of like that. It's real strange. I can't even really explain it. Like there's some like acoustic, but there's also not acoustic. And then there's like some keyboards. I think there's keyboards. I don't know. Spirit of the Beehive.
Spirit of the Beehive.
And they're coming to town and I got to get tickets to it. It's pretty good. I don't know, but that's
Are they newer? Like,
yeah, I think so. Let me look. I just had it pulled up because that was smart. And let's see. Yeah, 2018 was their first album. 2021, they just came out with an album.
Real new.
And it's awesome. I don't know. I like it.
I saw this meme the other day where it was like the people that make playlists and then the people that just like put their songs on shuffle, and it was like, don't be the person that puts the song on shuffle, your liked songs on shuffle. You're a playlist person?
I make a playlist to where I can shuffle it, you know? But generally, no, I'm like a full album gal.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
But if I'm just like wanting to listen to just random music, I kind of cue my liked songs according to the mood I'm in.
Sure.
So it's like, I have a hard time making playlists.
Yeah.
I have playlists, but I have a hard time just making them and listening to them all the time because it's like, you know, I have a playlist for a certain mood, but my mood currently might not fit. I don't know. I just like, I'm on the go kind of with it.
Yeah.
I do.
Mine changes all the time. Yeah.
No, it's the same. It's a little different when I'm at work than, I don't know. I have like car, what I do in the car, I have what I do at home, and then what I listen to at work. It's kind of like different.
They never
mix. When I'm here, sometimes they mix. It depends on my mood. I feel like all music depends on your mood, right?
Sure.
But if I'm here on a, you know, like if it's slow, then I feel like I can listen to whatever I want to. Whereas when, you know, here we kind of go to what the demographic is. So I know Declan enjoys doing that, like catering to, he loves to play some boomer music when, like on the weekend, and it is fun, and people start jamming or whatever. It's not a good time to just like bust out like Nick Cave, you know, or anything like that.
What's boomer music?
Would you like to,
like, if you had to like give me an example?
Like anything your dad would listen to. So like, yes.
But is my dad me
Journey,
in this? Do you know what I mean? Oh, Journey. Okay, gotcha.
You know, like that
realm.
time period.
like Van Halen.
I'm on it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's some, you know, yacht rock probably mixed in with it,
Okay.
but something
that,
you know, a 55-year-old woman will just start, you know, or guys will come in and just, we did it the other day just to be funny. We put on Rush and just like watching what the men do in here when Rush comes on. It's
got like 30 air drummers.
It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
I never got into Rush.
Yeah. So we usually do some sort of fun activity. You have
a song for it?
I do now. I don't know what that was.
Oh, man.
Sample it.
I wish I was close to that laugh track over there.
So the guests get to participate in an activity with me and Bailey. So today, instead of like the kill, marry, like fuck thing, you know, that was a thing, we feel like that's a little sad and degrading. So we're going with 3 choices. Okay. So we're going to tell you what your choices are, right? So who would you rather be stuck in an elevator with, go to a party with, or sing in a band with?
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to give you 3 people.
Elevator,
band, and party. And you can, if you want to party, collaborate, however you want to frame it. But okay. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna start off with some softballs, and it's gonna get a little.
I'm so bad at this
Get
stuff.
a little weird.
Okay,
that makes it even better.
I'm sure it does.
Okay, so we've got Robert Smith, Bono, and Boy George.
I'd like to party with Boy George. I guess I'd be in band with Robert Smith, and then be in an elevator with Bono.
You're gonna have to listen to Bono talk about himself.
Yeah, I feel like an elevator's never long.
Yeah, but imagine like being in a band with Bono though. It's like, would you rather? You'd much rather be.
I think I'd rather like just talk to him about his life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
you know what I mean?
And then maybe just like put your earbuds in and zone out.
I'm sure he's got some interesting stories.
I'm sure he does.
You know, I mean, I'm sure there's
guys. I
at
love
least
Bono.
Yeah, yeah. Just because I put him in an elevator doesn't mean I wouldn't hang out with him in an elevator. You know what I mean?
He probably does have amazing stories.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I just I had to choose.
Yes,
so.
with the Boy George. Amazing to party with.
Oh, I mean that's
So, like I said, softball.
I feel like I've already had a dream of that before in my life. Like I feel like it's already happened.
Maybe it actually happened.
I
don't remember. Okay.
Yeah, why would you remember that?
Britney Spears, Ariana Grande, Adele. This is the diva group.
I think I'd want to be in a band with Adele. I think I'd want to party with Britney Spears.
Yep.
And whatever the other one was.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, I'm putting her in an elevator.
Put her in an elevator.
I don't really know much about her.
I agree with those choices.
So I'm cool with just like hanging out in an elevator with her. She seems nice. We'll chill and we'll like talk about gum and like our favorite shoes and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
That was the dumbest answer. I don't know.
Shoes? Absolutely. All right. You wanna...
David Byrne, Tom York, and Prince.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I be in a band with all of them?
It's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Although, what does partying with David Byrne look like? Or Tom York? I mean, Prince.
Does Tom York party?
I don't know about that. I don't know, right? Certainly everyone parties, right? I mean, golly, you can't not say Prince because you have to party with Prince.
Course.
But I bet Prince is actually kind of serious, you know. But I bet he throws a mean party. So I'd party with Prince.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, being in a band with him would probably just be like he plays all the instruments and you just like hang out. So because he'd be like better than you at all of the instruments, and you're like, well,
right.
I should just let him play that. I'd like to be in a band with David Byrne, for sure. And what am I doing with Tom York? Oh, we're going to be in the elevator.
You're gonna have
but I don't know. That could be moved around,
hard,
and it
right?
wouldn't be difficult. Yeah.
I would love, like, Tom York is one of my favorite musicians of all time. So, like, to be in a band with him, just to like see his creative side would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
But imagine David Byrne in an elevator. Like, you're stuck in an elevator with David Byrne. Like, how awkward would that be? It would be amazing.
It would be the most
anyone. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
That one was kind of tough.
Yeah.
But also, like, being in a band with David Byrne would be.
Yeah, I think that would be neat. Really, really neat.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a fun experience. I think with Tom York, it'd be a little more like, I don't know, predictable, maybe. And with David Byrne, I'm not entirely sure how it would go. And I like that. I don't know. And again, I'm just making these things up as we go along. You know.
All right. Henry Rollins, Kate Bush, or Diddy.
What was the last one?
Diddy Dirty Money, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him.
And Kate Bush, and what was the first one?
Henry Rollins. It's like a pass.
I want to.
That one's just hard.
Probably be in a band with Kate Bush and party with Henry Rollins, and then be in an elevator with P. Diddy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably sleep on it and wake up and have a totally different mix, but I'm going with my gut here.
Going with that?
That's my gut.
Okay. All right.
I mean, maybe.
It's okay. This is all fictional.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this now. No. I'm gonna call you like 3 a.m. I changed my mind. We need to refilm it.
Okay. Willie Nelson, Axl Rose, and the entire band of BTS.
Oh goodness! Party! Well, it'd be fun to just weirdly be in a tiny elevator with the entire band of BTS. So I'm gonna go with that, just on like a physicality thing, you know, just to be kind of funny, just be surrounded by them.
Well, you wouldn't be able to really talk to them much either, you know,
because of the language barrier.
Yeah. Well, do you?
No, I do
can
not
speak other languages.
Not that particular language.
Okay.
And not any other ones as well.
Okay.
I just had to start with that one specifically. I forgot who we're talking about. What are the other two?
Axl Rose and Willie Nelson.
Oh, man, I want to party with both of them.
Right.
I'd rather be in a band with Willie Nelson for sure. And then Axl Rose, I'm pretty sure he knows how to party.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I just like the visual of you in an elevator with all of BTS,
I
like
do
the door
too.
opening and you're just in the middle.
And I'm like, it's like, the inside of elevators are quite often mirrors,
uh-huh.
and I'd just be like taking secret selfies of all of us in the elevator together.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm in an elevator with BTS.
Yeah. All right.
Frank Ocean, Tom Waits, and Bon Jovi. What would a party with Tom Waits look like?
I kind of want to see it.
I do too.
It would be
Honestly, I would love to go to a Tom Waits party. That'd be the weirdest party, I feel like.
I don't know. Partying and collaborating with him would be. That would be
hands down collaborate
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say band on that one.
Yeah.
But I just like really want the visual of a Tom Waits party.
Yeah, you should throw one.
I mean, if you're in a band with him, you'll probably party. So
That's true.
Yeah,
You know.
that's a party in itself. Yeah, for sure. Just definitely band on that one.
so band. So are you gonna party with Jovi?
I might. Yeah, you know what I am.
You're partying with Jovi.
I was gonna say Frank Ocean, but yeah, let's party with
Party with
Jovi.
Jovi.
I mean, when you think of Bon Jovi, you're like, yeah,
I think
party.
I think a conversation with Frank Ocean would probably be pretty inspiring.
I think
so,
it'd be great.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, being in a band with Frank Ocean would probably be pretty incredible as well.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is just I kind of regret that this is even here, but
It makes it even better.
it's pretty much all awful. But Johnny Rotten, Ted Nugent, or Meatloaf. Can you just put them all in the elevator and just?
Right. Can we be in a band in the elevator? Ted Nugent is the only one I remember. What were the other two?
Meatloaf
Meatloaf, right. How could you forget Meatloaf?
and Johnny Rotten.
I'd like to be in a band with, I'd probably like to be in a band with, oh gosh. I'm already forgetting.
Meatloaf,
No.
Nugent,
Yeah, maybe.
Rotten.
Probably Rotten.
You gonna be in a band with Rotten?
Probably.
That's
That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, that's probably the right choice.
Nugent, I'm sticking him in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
As
I
you
think so.
should.
I think Meatloaf can party.
I think he can party.
I mean, your name's Meatloaf.
Yeah.
If you can't party and your name's Meatloaf, then why are we here?
Why are you here?
Yeah.
All
You know
right.
what I mean?
All right. Rihanna, John Lennon, and Iggy Pop.
These are hard. They're getting harder.
I know.
That one's really hard.
I want to be in a band with John Lennon
Mm.
and Rihanna and Iggy Pop.
And Iggy Pop. That'd be
Yeah,
a
I'd
great
like
band.
that. I'd love to be in a band with Iggy Pop. No, I'm gonna party with Iggy Pop. I'm gonna be in an elevator with Rihanna.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think that's how I want to play this.
That's how you want to play it. I think it's fair enough.
What if that really happened in my life? Like next month, all of those three things happen.
I mean, I know where you're going in the next month. It's stuff can happen.
You never know. I doubt that, but we'll see.
You never know who's going to be where.
That's funny.
Okay. Bob Marley, Patti Smith, Taylor Swift.
I want to be in a band with Patti Smith.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm partying with Bob Marley
Yep.
all
Yeah,
day
you are.
long.
Stick Taylor
Yeah, you
Swift in
are.
an elevator.
Stick her in an elevator.
Stick her in an
She don't
elevator.
party like I party. I can guarantee you that. I mean, maybe she does. And who am I to judge?
But,
Who am I, period? You know?
yeah.
She seems like a wonderful person. And I mean that. I don't have anything against Taylor Swift. I just want to hang out with her in an elevator.
All right, cool.
Morrissey, Nick Cave, and Miles Davis.
God, well, I couldn't keep up with any of them. I'd be too afraid to be in a band with Nick Cave or Miles Davis, to be honest. But I'm going to have to choose one of them. Golly, Miles Davis probably parties too. No, I'll put him in a band.
So are we agreeing that Morrissey's going in the elevator?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
or are you going to party with Morrissey?
Maybe.
I mean, it's going to get weird. There's not going to be any meat.
I don't know. I feel like partying with Nick Cave would be pretty crazy.
What if it was Nick Cave and Tom Waits?
Can I get trapped in an elevator with Nick Cave? Because I feel like
that would be good too.
I feel like that could be really
awesome. But also
awesome.
having him in a band would also be badass.
It would be pretty incredible. So in this scenario, I start off in a band with Miles Davis, but then something happens, we just don't work out, like we're just kind of not into the same things, or I'm not good enough to be in it is basically what happens. And he kicks me out. And then Nick Cave's like, hey, I've got a spot. And I'll be like, cool.
Okay.
I'll be in it.
And
then Morrissey's
waiting in the elevator.
I'm like, well, Morrissey's waiting in the elevator, but I'll be right there. So something like that.
That's great. Okay. Do we want to do this last one?
Might as well.
Ooh, it sounds dangerous.
Pretty bad.
No,
it's
just
devilish.
Okay. Chris Cornell, Gwen Stefani, and Keith Urban. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess I'll be in a band with Chris Cornell. Because I could be like, I don't know what that means. I need like a sample for that. Keith Urban, and who was the other one?
Gwen Stefani.
I'll party with Gwen Stefani.
Okay.
Most definitely. And then, Keith Urban, I don't know.
He's in the elevator with Morrissey.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know Keith Urban that well.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Keith Urban, but I feel like I could get to know him in an elevator.
He's actually a really nice guy. I think you could have some really good conversation with him. So
I feel like you've already been in an elevator with him, and that's how you know this.
I might have.
Oh, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What'd y'all talk about?
Nicole Kidman.
I feel like you're so serious right now. Like, I'm like, oh God, you're like, these are really people. That's cool.
Okay, that's the end of our game.
I liked it. It was fun.
You did good. You did good. I like some of the scenarios you created.
Well, we're creating an atmosphere here,
All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, for being on our show today. We appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Did you have a bearable time?
I had a great time.
Awesome.
I wish it was going, I got all night.
I know.
Just keep going. I know you don't, but I do.
Well, it's not that. People will check out after a certain amount of time.
You think?
I think maybe.
I don't know. I think we got some gold here.
So I want to give you a chance to just tell the folks what you got coming up. What's going on?
Not much. You
have some stuff.
Couple things. Abbreviations. We're working on a new video. Hope to have that out ever so soon. It's going to be really cool, I think. That'll be fun. In the Deaf Rain world, we'll be playing a couple dates in California, December 18th. Nope. December 19th and December 21st in California. That'll be fun. I'm excited about that. And what else? I don't know. We'll see.
I know you'll keep creating, making stuff.
Something will happen somewhere. Yeah, I feel like it.
Something will happen.
We got new songs
somewhere.
So we're ready to get those recorded and get going.
Awesome.
Move on. Keep going.
We're excited for it.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you. Thanks, guys, for listening.
We're finally back.
It won't be another 6 months again, I promise.
Welcome back. I'll see you in 6 months.
Crocker.
That's the one you picked, huh? Yeah.